Welcome back to the uncomfortable truth. It is the question that keeps you awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, fighting the urge to pick up your phone. You have gone no contact. You have erected the wall. But your mind betrays you. You wonder, what are they doing right now? You imagine them sleeping soundly, unbothered by your absence, or perhaps laughing with someone new, having already forgotten your name. This specific nightmare is the narcissist's final weapon against you, the illusion that while you are suffering in silence, they are thriving in peace. But I am here to tell you that your imagination is lying to you. The reality of their nights is far darker, far more chaotic, and far more pathetic than you could ever conceive. You picture them as these unshakable, emotionless robots who simply power down at night. That is a lie. When the sun goes down and the distractions of the day fade away, the narcissist enters their own private hell. The night is the enemy of the narcissist because the night demands stillness. And in that stillness, the one thing they have spent their entire lives running from catches up to them, themselves. You are sitting there grieving the relationship, but they are sitting there fighting off an existential collapse. While you are healing, they are haunting their own house, pacing like a caged animal, desperate for a fix that isn't coming. We need to shatter the myth of the happy ex. You see the social media posts time-stamped at midnight, the party photos, the cryptic quotes about being free. You interpret this as them moving on. It is not moving on, it is performance art. Healthy, happy people are asleep at night. They are resting. The fact that the narcissist is active, posting, and projecting into the void is proof of their dysregulation. They are broadcasting their manic state to the world, hoping someone, anyone, especially you, is watching. They aren't living, they are signaling. The haunting question isn't just, what are they doing? It is, are they thinking about me? The answer is yes, but not in the way you hope. They aren't thinking about you with love or nostalgia. They are thinking about you with a mixture of rage, obsession, and paranoia. You are the puzzle piece that went missing. You are the appliance that unplugged itself. Your absence creates a supply gap in their nightly routine that they cannot fill. They are ruminating on your defiance, replaying the final discard, trying to rewrite the ending so they win. But in the quiet of the night, they know they lost. You have been conditioned to believe that you need them to survive the night. But the truth is, they needed you to survive theirs. You were the regulator. You were the warm body that absorbed their anxiety. You were the ear that listened to their monologues. Now that you are gone, they are left with their own toxic thoughts bouncing off the walls. There is no one to blame. No one to yell at. No one to project onto. They are alone in a room full of mirrors, and they hate what they see. This video is going to walk you through the hour-by-hour breakdown of a narcissist's night during no contact. From the manic scrolling of the early evening to the paranoid stalking of the witching hour, to the eventual crash of dawn. We are going to expose the pathetic reality behind the mask of indifference. You think they are out living their best life? No. They are trapped in a cycle of digital stalking, substance abuse, and desperate supply seeking. They are not thriving, they are barely functioning. Why is this important? Because as long as you believe they are happy, you will be tempted to break no contact. As long as you believe they have won, you will feel like the loser. You need to see the truth to set yourself free. You need to know that your silence is causing a chaotic chain reaction in their life that they cannot control. You are not the victim hiding in the dark, you are the architect of their reckoning. They expect you to be the one pacing the floor. They expect you to be the one stalking their profile. When you don't show up, when your name doesn't appear on their story views, when your text doesn't light up their phone, it creates a vacuum of terror. They check their phone 50, 100 times a night. Not because they miss you, but because they are terrified that you have actually moved on. Your indifference is the monster under their bed. We are going to peel back the layers of their nighttime rituals. We will look at the digital hunt, the phantom arguments, and the shame spirals that consume them. You will see that while you are slowly learning to sleep again, they are entering a permanent state of insomnia. The night is no longer their friend. It is their judge. And the verdict is guilty. Prepare yourself. We are going to turn on the night vision cameras and look into the abyss of the narcissistic mind after dark. It is not a pretty sight. It is a lonely, desperate, and frantic place. By the end of this video, you won't envy them. You will pity them. Let's enter the darkness. To understand their nightly routine, you must understand the concept of narcissistic supply deficiency. During the day, they can distract themselves with work, shallow interactions, and the noise of the world. But at night, the supply lines dry up. People go to sleep. The texts stop coming. The adoration fades. This creates a biological panic in the narcissist. Without external input to tell them they are special, their internal sense of self begins to crumble. They feel the void opening up. They don't sleep because sleep requires peace. They stay awake because they are starving. The first phase of the night is the digital stalking ritual. They don't just look at your profile, they dissect it. They use burner accounts, fake profiles, and anonymous viewers to watch your every move. They are looking for signs of your misery to validate their ego. See, she's destroyed without me. But if they see signs of your happiness, a smile, a night out, a glow up, it triggers narcissistic injury. They zoom in on your photos, analyzing every pixel, consumed by envy and rage. They are obsessed with the life you are living without their permission. Then comes the technological hunting. Since they cannot get supply from you, they must find a quick fix. They jump onto dating apps, swiping frantically, not looking for connection, but for a dopamine hit. They message exes from 10 years ago. They send "you up" texts to people they despise. This isn't libido, it's panic. They are trying to find a mirror, any mirror, that will reflect their image back to them before they dissolve into nothingness. It is a frantic, pathetic scramble for attention at 1 a.m. We must discuss the phantom arguments. The narcissist paces their living room, having imaginary arguments with you. They replay the breakup, but in this version, they are the hero. They practice the insults they wish they had said. They formulate the perfect gaslighting text that they almost send, then delete, then rewrite. They are fighting a ghost. They are trying to win a conversation that ended months ago because their ego cannot accept the finality of your silence. The substance abuse often escalates at night. To silence the inner critic and numb the void, they turn to alcohol, drugs, porn, or food. This is not recreational, it is medicinal. They are self-medicating against the crushing weight of their own emptiness. The night becomes a blur of consumption. They consume substances just like they consumed you, greedily, without savoring, just to fill the hole. Paranoid ideation takes over in the witching hour. Without you there to reality check them, even if they hated your reality checks, their mind spirals into conspiracy theories. She must be with someone else. He's telling everyone my secrets. They are all laughing at me. They construct elaborate scenarios where they are the victim of a grand plot. This paranoia keeps them in a state of hyperarousal, making deep sleep impossible. They are guarding a fortress that no one is attacking. The negative supply trap. If they can't get positive attention, they will settle for negative. This is when you might get the 3 a.m. text, a single question mark, an insult, or a link to a sad song. They are fishing. They are throwing a rock at your window just to see if the light turns on. If you respond, even with anger, they win. They can go to sleep satisfied that they still have access to your nervous system. If you don't respond, the rage intensifies, keeping them awake even longer. Deep down, they are experiencing abject inconstancy terror. Because they cannot hold a stable image of you in their mind, your absence feels like a death. But it feels like their death. They feel like they are fading away. The silence of the house amplifies this. They turn on the TV, leave music playing, or keep the lights on to create artificial life. They are terrified of the dark because the dark is where the truth lives. They obsess over replacement. They look at the new supply, if there is one, sleeping next to them, and they feel nothing. Or worse, contempt. They compare the new supply to you. She doesn't breathe right. He snores too loud. The new supply is just a prop, and in the clarity of the night, the prop looks cheap. They realize they traded a diamond for a rock, but they can never admit it. This suppressed regret turns into resentment towards the innocent person lying next to them. Ultimately, the night is a reminder of their core shame. The silence strips away the grandiose armor. For fleeting moments, they feel the crushing reality of their own brokenness. They feel the loneliness. They feel the shame of their failed relationships. But because they cannot process shame, they convert it instantly into hatred for you, for leaving them alone with themselves. The turning point in their night comes when the distractions fail. The dating apps run dry. The alcohol wears off. The movie ends. This is the moment of the crash. It usually happens around 3 o'clock or 4 a.m. The adrenaline of the rage fades, leaving behind a cold, desolate exhaustion. They are forced to lie down in the bed that you used to share. Your side of the bed is empty, a physical manifestation of their failure to control you. In this vulnerability, the hoovering fantasy begins. They start plotting how to get you back, not to love you, but to punish you. They draft mental scripts. I'll tell her I've changed. I'll say I'm sick. I'll use the kids. They strategize like a general planning an invasion. This plotting gives them a false sense of agency. It soothes them to believe that they could get you back if they wanted to. They fall asleep clinging to the delusion of future control. But sometimes, a narcissistic injury nightmare wakes them up. Their subconscious betrays them. They dream of you leaving, of you laughing at them, of you being happy with someone else. They wake up in a cold sweat, heart racing. Even in their sleep, they cannot escape your power. You are haunting their dreams because you are the unresolved conflict they cannot integrate. If they are alone, they might engage in weird rituals. Survivors often report narcissists doing strange things at night, cleaning obsessively, rearranging furniture, talking to themselves, or driving aimlessly for hours. These are displacement activities. They are trying to physically move the anxiety out of their body because they cannot process it emotionally. They are acting out the chaos of their internal world in the physical space. The social media stalking reaches a fever pitch. They go deep into the archives. They scroll back to photos from 3 years ago. They look at your friends' pages, your family's pages. They are trying to piece together a narrative of your life without them. They are looking for clues. Is that a new shirt? Who bought that for her? They become forensic analysts of your joy, trying to find the cracks. They might write the unsent letters. Long, rambling notes on their phone filled with word salad, accusations, and self-pity. These are the drafts of the emails you might receive months from now. They pour their toxicity into the screen, then delete it, then write it again. It is a purge of their poison, but the poison keeps regenerating. The turning point is the realization that they are bored. Profoundly, painfully bored. Without the drama of the relationship, without the cycle of abuse to keep them stimulated, life feels flat. They miss the fights. They miss the make-up sex. They miss the chaos. They realize that peace is boring, and they hate you for choosing peace over their exciting, destructive drama. They experience phantom vibration syndrome. They check their phone, convinced they heard a notification. They are hallucinating connection. They are desperate for the external world to pierce their bubble. When the screen is dark, the disappointment is physical. It is a micro-rejection that happens dozens of times a night. The mask slip happens in the mirror. They go to the bathroom and look at themselves. Without the audience to perform for, the face in the mirror looks old, tired, and cruel. They see the predator staring back. For a split second, they recognize the monster. They quickly look away, wash their face aggressively, and put the mask back on, even if no one is there to see it. The night ends not with rest, but with collapse. They pass out from exhaustion, not sleep. They shut down like a computer with too many tabs open. It is a hard, dreamless, unrefreshing shutdown. They wake up the next morning just as tired, just as empty, and just as angry as they were when they laid down. The cumulative effect of these nights is accelerated aging. You might notice if you see a recent photo of them, they look haggard. The eyes are darker. The skin is grayer. The lack of restorative sleep and the constant bath of cortisol and adrenaline destroys their physical appearance. The beauty or charm they relied on is rotting from the inside out. They are physically paying the price for their psychological war. Their professional life begins to suffer. The brain fog from sleep deprivation makes them sloppy. They miss deadlines. They snap at coworkers. They lose their cool in meetings. The disciplined mask they wear in public starts to slip because they are running on fumes. They are too exhausted to maintain the charade 24/7. The new supply suffers the most. If there is someone new in their bed, that person is waking up to a monster. The narcissist is irritable, distant, and resentful in the mornings. They punish the new supply for not being you, for not fixing them, for being there witnessing their morning ugliness. The devaluation phase starts earlier and hits harder because the narcissist is chronically sleep-deprived and miserable. They become accident-prone. The distraction and exhaustion lead to car accidents, minor injuries, or lost items. Their chaotic internal state manifests in external clumsiness. They lose their keys, their wallet, their phone. Each loss triggers a disproportionate rage, a tantrum that ruins the day before it begins. Their obsession ossifies. Instead of fading with time, their fixation on you hardens. Because they spend every night ruminating on you, the neural pathways are reinforced. You become a permanent fixture in their psyche. They are literally training their brain to obsess over you every single night. You are the ghost that haunts the castle, and they are the ones keeping the ghost alive. Depression sets in. Not the sadness of grief, but the deadness of anhedonia. Nothing tastes good. Nothing feels good. The night has stripped away their ability to feel pleasure. They are just going through the motions, a hollow shell mimicking human behavior. They are the walking dead, feeding on scraps of attention just to keep moving. They might start smear campaigns at strange hours. You hear from friends that they received weird, ranting texts from the narcissist at 4 a.m. This lack of impulse control exposes their instability. People start to see that something is wrong. The crazy ex narrative flips. People start to realize who the crazy one really is. The Hoover attempts become desperate and sloppy. They stop trying to be charming and just send "I miss you" or "I'm dying." They have no energy for the game anymore. They just want the pain to stop. They are begging for the drug. This is when they are most dangerous and most pathetic. They live in a state of time distortion. The nights drag on forever, but the months blur together. They are stuck in a limbo state, unable to move forward because they refuse to process the past. They are Groundhog Daying their own misery, waking up to the same empty reality every single morning. Ultimately, the consequence is total isolation. Even if they are surrounded by people, they are alone in their head. No one knows the hell they live in at night. They cannot share it because it would expose them. They are locked in a solitary confinement of their own making, holding the key but refusing to turn it. So, what is the final truth you must hold on to? It is this: their nights are not a party, they are a prison. While you are sleeping the sleep of the innocent, recovering and dreaming of a new future, they are pacing the cell of their own mind. You are not missing out on anything. You are missing out on chaos. You are missing out on misery. You are missing out on the slow, agonizing decay of a soul that refuses to heal. Stop checking their social media. Those photos are staged propaganda. They are smiling for the camera to hide the fact that they are screaming inside. Do not be fooled by the highlight reel of a person who is living a horror movie behind the scenes. The camera shuts off, the smile drops, and the darkness rushes in. That is their reality. Your no contact is the mirror they cannot break. By removing yourself, you have forced them to face the night alone. You have forced them to sit with the one person they cannot stand. This is the ultimate justice. You don't need to take revenge. Their own mind is the revenge. Their own company is the punishment. Reclaim your night. Your sleep is sacred. Your dreams are yours. When you lay your head down, know that you are safe. You are free from the surveillance, free from the judgment, free from the vampiric drain. You have exited the haunted house. Do not go back inside just to check if the ghosts are still scary. They are. Pity them, but do not save them. You cannot sleep for them. You cannot dream for them. You tried for years to soothe their nightmares, and it nearly cost you your sanity. Let them face their own demons. They created them, they can live with them. The silence you hear at night is not emptiness, it is peace. It is the sound of a life that is no longer being consumed. Embrace it. Fill it with your own breath, your own thoughts, your own rest. The night belongs to you now. While they are hunting for supply in the digital source, you are rising. While they are dissecting the past, you are building the future. The contrast could not be starker. You are evolving. They are dissolving. Let them pace. Let them scroll. Let them panic. It is not your problem. You have retired from the job of regulating a chaotic emotional toddler. You have handed in your resignation, and you are never going back to that workplace again. Tonight, when you close your eyes, visualize the wall of no contact. It is tall, it is thick, and it is impenetrable. Behind it, the narcissist is raging against the dying of the light. On your side, the stars are out, the air is cool, and everything is quiet. Sleep well. You have earned your rest. The monster is trapped in the dark, but you? You are waking up to a brand new day.